Stephen Stills, the legendary singer-songwriter and multi-instrumentalist behind iconic bands like Buffalo Springfield and Crosby, Stills, Nash Young, has long been praised for his musical genius, rich voice, and politically charged songwriting. But the deeper truth of his life reveals a story far darker and more emotionally complex than the public ever saw. While his legacy is etched into the foundation of classic rock, Stills' journey through fame was fraught with substance abuse, creative tensions, personal heartbreak, and a relentless pursuit of perfection that often left him emotionally exhausted and painfully isolated. In the late 1960s and early 1970s, Stills was at the center of one of the most revered eras in music history. But while fans embraced the harmonies and messages of peace, he was quietly unraveling under the weight of internal demons and the toxic demands of fame. Stills' relationship with his bandmates was notoriously turbulent. His clashes with Neil Young were legendary, his creative rivalry with David Crosby and Graham Nash constantly simmered, and the very brilliance that made their collaborations magical also made them volatile. Behind closed doors, Stills often felt alienated, misunderstood, and pushed into a role where he had to fight for his place, even in bands he helped build. Fueling much of the chaos was his increasing dependence on drugs and alcohol. The 1970s were particularly destructive, with Stills diving into cocaine and heavy drinking, trying to keep up with the expectations of stardom while numbing the inner pain he rarely spoke about publicly. His addiction strained his relationships and blurred his once razor-sharp focus, resulting in erratic behavior, missed opportunities, and personal regrets that followed him for decades. His romantic life was also marked by instability and heartbreak. A brief marriage to French singer Véronique Sanson ended in divorce, and his early relationship with singer Judy Collins left lasting emotional wounds, inspiring one of her most famous songs, Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, written by Stills himself. While those moments seemed poetic from the outside, they were born of deep personal sorrow and the realization that the love he longed for always seemed just out of reach. Professionally, he was often overshadowed by his bandmates, despite being a central creative force. Fans and critics gravitated toward the enigmatic Neil Young or the more politically vocal David Crosby, while Stills, despite his prolific songwriting and immense technical talent, struggled with a sense of underappreciation that haunted him well into his later years. Over time, the combination of addiction, emotional burnout, and unhealed traumas took a toll on his health and outlook. Though he eventually got sober and continued to perform, the fire that once drove him was dimmed by decades of battles, both public and private. Today, Stephen Stills is seen as a legend, but beneath the accolades lies the story of a man who endured more pain than praise, who gave everything to his art while often losing himself in the process. His journey is not just one of talent and triumph, but of loneliness, regret, and the hidden cost of brilliance. In the end, the harmonies he helped create were only part of the story. The deeper truth is far darker than most fans ever realized.